Hi, welcome to Classroom Training for Classrooms with AV System Touchscreens. Classrooms with AV will have the following equipment: a PC, projector, AV control on screen, camera, speakers, document camera, audience microphone, and instructor microphone. Models and quantities of equipment may vary, and other equipment may be available on AV controls. Using the AV system. To start, let's make sure the computer is turned on. If the computer monitor is not coming on after moving or clicking the computer mouse, there are a few things you can try. 1. Check for a red light under the mouse. If there is a light, the computer is on. 2. You can check to see if the power light on the monitor is on. The power button is usually found on the bottom right corner of the monitor. Lastly, you can check to see if the power button of the computer has a white light. If there is no light, press the button to turn on. If the screen is on, but the AV controls are not showing on the screen, click on the control button at the center right of the screen. If you would like to use the computer without using the projector, click on the computer at the top right corner of the screen. If you would like to use the AV system, click on the Touch to Begin button on the screen. In the new window, choose what mode you would like to use. Presentation will give you access to speakers and projectors. Video conferencing will give you access to speakers and projectors, as well as video cameras and microphones. There may be other modes that can be used depending on the room. Other options may include use center projector and use dual projector for rooms with multiple projectors. If you turn on the system and the projector screens do not come down automatically, there are manual controls available on the wall. Now, let's go over computer login. Log into the computer using your Trinity Network credentials. These are the same credentials used for TigerPaws and T-Learn. Now, let's go over the interface. All classrooms use the same interface. Therefore, some buttons may have no function depending on the classroom. Let's start with an overview of the interface. Your sources are on the left. Preview of your source will appear at the top center of the screen. System settings are on the right, and controls for the settings will appear at the bottom center of the screen. On the left of the screen, you will have access to all your sources. The sources include PC, laptop with HDMI and/or USB-C inputs, document camera, Blu-ray, which is available under presentation mode, cameras, and wall plates, which are rarely available but may be found in auditoriums. Towards the bottom of the sources is the Cameras button. Once clicked, the camera controls will appear at the bottom of the screen. Let's start on the left with the navigation control. These sets of arrows will allow you to move the camera in any direction. Over to the right, we have speed, which will let you control how fast your cameras will zoom in and out. One more over is the zoom, which will allow you to zoom the cameras in and out. For easy access to different camera views, there are some camera presets available. These presets can be found to the right of the zoom controls. Camera presets available are Podium Tight, Podium Wide 1, Podium Wide 2, Whiteboard Center, Whiteboard Wide, and Wide. System will give you access to settings. These settings include Off, Projector Controls, Help, Volume Control, Preview, and Full Screen. Other rooms may have other settings available, including shades and lights. I will cover Off later in the presentation. Now let's continue to projector controls. Here, you can turn the projectors on and off. You can change the projection to wide. You can freeze the image on the projector while you make changes on the computer. And if you want to stop projecting without turning off the projector, use mute. You can also control the screens. You can move them up or down. If the screen controls are not working, you can use the manual controls on the wall. In some rooms, there may be access to control shades. These controls will allow you to move the shades up or down. If the controls do not work, they are manual controls on the wall. Light controls may also be available, and they will allow you to turn off the lights close to the projector screen with lecture mode, and lower the intensity of lights by 25 and 50%. Click on the Help button to get information on how to contact ITS. You will have access to ITS extension and two buttons, Computer Help Needed and Audiovisual Help Needed. Click on the button that is appropriate for your issue. Clicking these buttons will send an email to ITS and a tech will be dispatched to the classroom to provide you assistance. Next down is volume controls. Here, you will have access to program volumes, which control the speakers. You will also have access to speech volume, which controls the microphone sensitivity. Microphones can be found to the right. Here, you will have access to control all the microphones in the classroom. You can mute all mics or choose what microphone you would like to use. To mute a microphone, click on the microphone. Once the microphone is muted, the button will be highlighted and the word muted will show below the microphone's name. Next, we have preview. Preview will give you access to preview any source before showing it on the projector. To use, click on preview and then click on the desired source. The preview will show in the middle of the screen. Once you're ready to show, click on all at the top left of the screen. The last button to the right is full screen. If you would like to see your source full screen, click on full screen. To exit full screen, click on the control button in the center right of the screen. Now, let's go back to the top to off. Under configuration, you can switch modes without restarting the system. Under systems off, you can turn off the projector or you can turn the system off. Do not forget to sign off before leaving the classroom. The computers will remember your user settings and will not log off automatically. Note that any data left on an unlocked computer is open to access to anyone. Out of courtesy and respect to other faculty and their time, do not change the podium's cable configuration. If you need any cables or adapters, please contact ITS for assistance. If you need any technical assistance or you would like to inquire about training, please contact ITS by calling extension 7409 or by email at itsupport@trinity.edu. Thank you for taking the time to view our classroom training. If you would like to learn more about our services, visit our service catalog at technology.trinity.edu.